Hi, YouTube. I have missed you guys greatly. I don't think I've posted a reading on here or anything in, man, maybe since like 2019 or 2020. A lot of things have changed, and I'm really excited for the direction the channel is now going to go. So I just want to talk about that really quick before we get into this reading for this week. So the first thing I'm going to start teaching on here. I have an online coven now for women, and it's great over there. If you're interested, you can check it out. I teach in there 2 times a week live, and we hold little sessions to like practice our intuition, divination, mediumship, and then also having live Q&As with me in regards to magic, ritual rites, spirituality, alchemy, the path, all of that good stuff. I teach all kinds of spiritual topics on there. It's not just limited to like magic and divination, but I am somebody who is more about doing the hardcore inner spiritual work for the true transformation that we get to experience while we are lucky enough to be incarnated on this planet. I'm not somebody that is like, oh, beam me up, or like, let's escape this. I don't want to be here anymore. You are lucky to be incarnated on this earth, even though it may not feel like it. But all of these pressures that are applied to us and these situations that we go through in life are there as part of our karmas to refine us so that we can actually ascend into our higher self. And when we have the proper tools that we need in order to transmutate ourselves, we become on the other side as gold. I'm also, so I talk about a lot of that inside the coven. The coven is just for women, so that we have a safe place to be and to heal that witch wound that we all have. So we work on that in there. We support each other in creating our dreams. We have a lot of female entrepreneurs in there. And it's so cool because like a year ago, I started this whole new process in this new group in there. We call them circles, a whole new circle in there for female entrepreneurs. And I started releasing some new things to do with meditations and inner work. And a lot of these ladies are now starting their own business right now. So it's just so amazing seeing that transformation. I love it so much. And there's nothing that puts a smile on my face more of women supporting other women. This is how we're truly meant to be. And we really need to step out of the narrative that was impregnated into our default matrix that we live in through toxic patriarchy. Toxic patriarchy, okay? That was impregnated in there that we all kind of bought into, of like the mean girl narrative. When women are together and we gather and we rise up in that collective consciousness, that's really what's going to heal this planet. Restoring the matriarchy isn't about hating men. It's about releasing ourselves from those wounds, healing those wounds together in group, and then through our hearts, releasing that type of healing on the collective. And it looks different for everybody in your path here, but that's what I focus on a lot over in the network, in the coven. I'm releasing a course here soon called the Alchemy of Enlightenment. It's going to be a 22-week hardcore inner work course that is literally over a decade of my studies combined into this 22-week course. We cover so much. I won't get into it here. I will actually release like a little trailer about it. I don't want to bore you guys. I know you're here for my tarot reading, but I'm really excited. I'm going to release it on August 6th. So if you're in the coven, you're getting this course for pennies on the dollar. There's a really small like entrance fee to get into the course community because it will have a community attached to it, so we can do this together. Transformation always happens better and when we have support of one another. If you're male and you can't join my coven, or you prefer to just walk this path alone because you're the solo kind, you know, I was like that for a long time. I don't hate on that at all. I will also have this available to purchase if you are wanting to do it that way as well. So let's get into this week's reading. Spirits, what do you have for my YouTube collective for this week? What do they need to know? What do they need to dive into? What can they expect? What messages does my YouTube collective need to know? Actually, I'm hearing that a lot of you are really going to have to dive into your intuition this week. Ah, I love this. The Sun and the Nine of Swords. So there's going to be clarity in something that you have been really worried about. There's something that is, yeah, keeping you up at night with the Nine of Swords, but you have really dreamt up all the positives and all of the negatives that could possibly happen from this one situation. And because you're doing this, it's keeping you up at night. You're like you're losing yourself in this situation, and it's making you unhealthy a little bit, and it's not just because of the obsessive thoughts, but it's kind of dragging you down into some type of like sadness, overwhelming melancholy, where you even wake up sad because you're falling to sleep worried. And what I'm hearing right now is that there's going to be this unveiling that happens, and where light is finally shown, where you know the steps forward and you step out and actually take it. So listen, God can come down from the heavens with a flashlight and shine the light on the path and say, step here, but it's up to you to actually make that step. And you're only going to be shown the first step. Actually pressing your foot down onto it, it may be a little hard because it's unknown and it's unfamiliar territory to you. So there's going to be even more anxiety that kicks up around that. Am I making the right decision? Like, what do I do here? Should I be doing this? It feels so uncomfortable. Maybe that means it's wrong, but it's not. Being uncomfortable it's because it's unfamiliar, and familiarity doesn't always equal positive. It can be very toxic as well. A lot of you guys are going to be stepping into your power here with the Queen of Wands. You're finally going to feel balanced. And even if you're a male, the Queen of Wands is about being in the feminine energy of the heart center. The heart center, the heart chakra, is the divine feminine energy. And the divine masculine energy is the third eye energy. So the wisdom and planning ahead and trying to see and project what's going to happen on the path, that's not needed this week. What's needed is for you to be present with the self, for you to be in the moment. All this worrying that you're doing right now is because you're trying to figure out how something is going to manifest or how something is going to be done, and you can't, because you are put in a phase right now. This is your refinement. This right here, it's a test. It's a test. Are you going to worry yourself to death and get the same answer anyway and choose your suffering? Or are you going to approach this differently? Are you going to choose the other thing, the new thing, even though it's uncomfortable? Or are you going to choose to regress and stay where you're at and repeat the same karmic cycle again? Spirits, tell us more about the situation so that my YouTubies can know if this reading is for certain about them. I love that I have the Strength and the Sun card here, and we are all up in Leo season. We're all up in Leo season. Of course, this can also be a timeless message, so it doesn't matter. The Strength card is about getting control of we'll call it the lower libido. This is what we refer to it in alchemy. These lower energies are just it's our primal forces, our primal instincts, I'll call it. Not our primal force, I'll call it our primal instincts. Worrying about food, shelter, and sex. That is just what it is to be human. That's our basic human needs. But with the energies here of Leo season, it's Leo, the lion heart. It is that heart center. So it's about moving up into that now. The Strength card is about actually getting, I hesitate on using the word control, because when we think about control, and if we're in some type of, we have these like urges of wanting to do certain things. So maybe you're trying to quit smoking, quit drinking, stop eating certain foods. Maybe you're trying to abstain from sex, whatever it is that you're doing. Trying to control something is like when a dog is trying to go after something, like attack something, and you're pulling on its leash. All it does is pull harder towards the thing that it desires. But when you have a discipline down and you have a a relationship with that wild beast of yours, that lion, that inner beast, you will have discipline over that thing, and it will listen to you at a snap of a finger. And it will stop, and you will give it time to come out and play, which comes in shadow work. But you will also be able to tame it and say, not right now, it's not the time for this. So this is really important. And it's also because it's the unification of the masculine and the feminine energies here within us. I was just talking about that. Okay. So, spirits, what else here? Let's see what else here. I know that a lot of you that go on YouTube and you're looking for readings, you look for a lot of mundane answers to your questions. You want the, oh, money's falling from the sky, and the relationship, the guy, the girl is right around the corner. I'm really not the tarot reader to do that. I'm the one that's going to give you the work, and I'm going to always have a mystical interpretation of things, because all of the frivolous things that you're worried about, that's this lower realm, this lower energy, and that primal force, food, shelter, which is food and shelter in our world today is money, and sex is relationship. It's the two things people are always worried about, because we're stuck in those lower chakras. And I'm not hating on this area of the body at all. There's ways to purify this, but it's overstimulated in our society. And the way I see myself as a mystical arts teacher is not somebody who's here to feed into your delusion and keep you stuck in the 3D realm. I want you to ascend. There's all this talk about ascending into 5D, but you're still worried about the same materialistic things. The worry itself about the money and the love is the thing that's going to keep you trapped there. I want to move we're going to get into a teaching. This is what moves you up out of hell. This is considered hell down here, this lower area of your body. Up here is heaven. This is the kingdom of God. And it's hard to get ourselves to move our energy up this way. You could do all the breathing techniques that you want in the world and force it. But if you want to actually be refined in the process and be able to have the discipline over the mind, you'll have discipline over this area of your body, which is the chakra system. And within the chakra system, it is your primal urges. And so, yeah, I'm the tarot reader that's going to help you do those things. So this is the true use of divination. It's not just about, is my lover going to come? Look, your lover is going to come. So I have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords here, and the Lovers. So there's a lot of communication happening this week. A lot of communication. This came up in the Coven. This came up in the reading that I did, because I did stream it on IG. There is a lot of communication coming in this week for you guys. There is going to be a metamorphosis. See the snake on the top? This represents that Shakti energy, that divine feminine energy. I totally just threw the card. But that, let me grab it. That divine feminine Shakti energy is going to be the thing that it's the mergence. It's the mergence of this. It's you finally deciding that you're not going to use your thoughts to descend, but you're going to use them to ascend. When you do this, I promise you, when the worry pops up and you decide to have the self-discipline and self-control to not descend your thoughts into hell, to not worry and descend into hell, you will naturally ascend into the heavens, and that is going to be released for you. So whatever this information is that's coming in, it's up to you to release that information to you. So the speed at which this is happening, I mean, I have the Knight of Swords, both the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords is a very fast moving energy. This could come in at any time period, really. This could come in really quick. I'm hearing Wednesday, by Wednesday this will come through, but this is the thing, it's up, and the Page of Wands. This is absolutely some type of communication. It's something that you're worrying about. You're finally going to get it's like information that you've been looking for on this specific topic that you're worried about. And it's gonna work out for your good. So but it's like, how much do you want to suffer on the way there is what I'm hearing. Like, how much do you want to suffer on the way there? Exactly. So you see it better in the Rider-Waite, but the Devil and the Lovers card is the same exact card. It's just the angel swapped out for the devil, and they're chained up instead of in the Garden of Eden. And this is literally what I'm saying right now. You get to choose your suffering. You get to choose, are you going to ascend or descend? This is literally the cards of heaven and hell. It's what I've been talking about during this whole entire reading. Let's actually pull. I'm going to use this deck. I can't show you the pictures on it though, because I think YouTube has a lot of rules about imagery, and there is a lot of naked people on this deck. So I'm not going to show the artwork, even though it's absolutely stunning. This is the Alchemical Tarot by Robert Plant, I believe his name is. It's my absolute favorite tarot deck. Yeah. All right. Well, they're covered up. I can show these ones. These ones don't have nakies on them. Okay, some of you are putting in a lot of hard work into something, okay? You've been doing the same thing over and over again, and you're like, I know if I just do this and I keep pushing through, I'm gonna finally get results. You know that there's stability on the other side of this. Like you're looking for stability. The eagle here on this card is representing the mind, and you actually giving yourself a chance to, it's like, I want to say like pull yourself up out of your body in a way, but it's ascending into the heavens to be able to see things from a different perception. Somebody who has stability in their life, like the Emperor here, is somebody who has discipline over the mind. Somebody who doesn't, when a thought hits them, it doesn't send them spiraling. These are just thoughts. And these are the things that we have to have training for, so that if a thought pops up in our head, like our mind wanders into the crazy abysses of anything. It picks up radio waves. It picks up other people's thoughts around us, and we don't even realize this. And we take on that anxiety as our own. And I love that it's 4:04 as I'm saying this. I know it doesn't matter once you guys see it on YouTube, but I'm recording it at 4:04, and it's the Emperor that I'm reading, which is the 4. So this is a little confirmation about like stability there. If you want the stability in your life, you can't allow your entire day to be thrown by a thought that has popped in your head. Like think about that. A thought has popped in your head, and now your whole day is ruined. But it's what we know to do, because we're stuck here in hell. We're stuck here in hell. And it's time to cut ourselves free. Let's free the bird. The bird is you. It's time to be free. Some of you are going to be handed the wisdom. Do you see the owl that's on that? You are going to be handed the wisdom needed to perfect. And I'm going to say it like that, to perfect. It's to perfect the thing that you're working on. Whatever it is you're worried about is the thing that you're working on. So it can be your relationship, sure. We do have the Lovers card here. So if we're going to look at the mundane realm, while I do have the Lovers card here, I'm not feeling so much energy in this that it has to do with a relationship. I do, however, feel this is something that you're trying to conquer in your life. It either has to do with your work or your physical body. Okay. It could be your mental space too. It's like you as a person, or something that you're working on to do or to create. I just heard on this Emperor, you will be crowned. You will be crowned. Some of you guys that are listening to this, and it's probably why you're drawn to my channel, because you actually do inner work and you are trying to advance spiritually. You have been doing this work of the mind for a while now. Getting blurry here, sorry guys. You've been doing this work. I gotta you've been doing this work of the mind for a while now, and you're about to be crowned and move into the next level. This coin here, this wisdom. Let's see if I can get there we go. This wisdom being handed to you. This actually does, for some of you, have to do with work. Like you're going to be handed some type of information, and when you receive that information, you're actually able to move forward. It has something to do with the money-making process. Like you are going to actually take the steps needed, take the steps forward in order to progress. Like somebody is coming to give you the advice that you've been looking for. So this isn't like a bag of money is going to fall out of the sky. I don't believe that. Like that's a rare thing for that to happen. And I know that a lot of people watch readers on YouTube to feed this type of delusion, but you are always, if you want to put in the work, you will always be given the formula. You will always be given the formula. You know why? Saturn loves giving formulas, okay? And I'm not one of these astrologers that's going to obsess over the birth chart and the transits and the da-da-da-da-da, because these are, the planets are luminaries and they are the gods, and they all have special things in store for us in our lifetimes. And if we can understand the formulas they're giving us, it will help with the purification process. And so let me tell you guys something, really quick. We'll do a little teaching between Saturn and Jupiter. Jupiter, everybody loves him because he's like the god of wealth and wisdom, right? And we have wisdom coming up here that's very Jupiterian. However, Jupiter's blessings are fleeting. They come in fast, they're really big, but they leave just as fast. Saturn will make you work hard as hell for that blessing, but guess what? It is rooted in the foundations because of how much work you put in. And in that process, you have completely transformed yourself. So when he gives you the blessing, it may be an even bigger blessing than Jupiter can give you, but it's going to be longer lasting because now you have refined yourself to actually be able to receive it. And that's why Saturn is the initiation planet. He's the god of initiation, and he's the one that actually can bless your pants off, but he's also the primary occult teacher. And he's the one who's trying to constantly give you the hidden mysteries of this earth realm so that you have the formula to succeed. It's just that you have to be looking for it, and you have to be willing to put in the hard work, and you have to be willing when you're taking Saturn's tests to change yourself, and humans hate to change. But as you do that, you're opening up a solid foundation. You're opening up your temple, solid, made of stone, to receive that blessing. And that's exactly what's happening here. And I feel like for a lot of you, this week may be a turning point where you actually either step out and step into the thing that you're supposed to be doing, or you get the wisdom or the information, and you finally, even if you're freaking blindfolded, you take that leap of faith and you step in. And you step into the unknown and you're blessed for it. And you get to move on to this next level here. Let's see what we got in the tea leaves. Any last messages for my TikTok collective spirits? Any last messages here? Oh, so funny. I got the bird card. It's about a message coming in. The next card is about hard work. I don't know if I should spoil this. Yeah. Okay, listen. The message that's coming in this week, I need to highlight to you that it's a neutral message, because when it's received, you may perceive it as negative at first. When you do this, you need to sit, because you're going to see that like broken wish or this thing you're perceiving as negative is actually going to work out in your favor and is something positive. There's something, the energy that just like came in while I was pulling the tea leaves. This is something really big. This energy is big. Some of you guys have been working hard towards something really, big. I'm excited for this. Like, this energy feels exciting. It's big. And you're getting a little taste this week of just how big this thing actually can be. And it's in a very good way. So there's the little hint for you. And you've been given the formula. So when this thing comes in and you may deem it at first negative, this is where you get to train your mind. This is the boot camp. Okay? This is where you get to try to tame the natural desire to see things negative, to be in hell, to be in that lower realm worrying about things. When that comes up, this is where you get to apply the things that you've learned over the past year or so. Some of you guys I'm hearing have really been applying different things and studying and looking. You guys are true seekers. Good. Welcome to my channel. That's what I'm calling in on this channel, the true seekers of the path. Yeah. This is where you're going to have the discipline and you're going to be able to execute. It's your chance to execute the discipline that you have learned and actually see that it really works. And I feel like once you do that, you're released. Because that's been the main lesson for you for a while now. To learn how to see things neutral, so you're not descending yourself through thought, but instead ascending yourself. Your guides need you to see just how much of a choice you have in your own suffering and in your own excitement. I'm not an emotion canceller. I love all of the emotions. And if you really want to feel the depths of that negativity, if you want the depths of the devil, go ahead and feel that for 5 or 10 minutes and let yourself. That's your shadow. And it's actually not good to ignore it, because integration isn't about canceling. It's about facing both and integrating them. It's about taking black and white and making it gray. But after you're there, you got to ascend now. Okay. You need to ascend yourself. You need to go from the devil to the lover. And then you will be released. I literally am seeing like the test is over. Like, you're getting your stamp of approval from Daddy Saturn. Like, the test is over. And now you're going to be moving into a new phase of tests. You're always in a training ground, my friend. It never ends. If you're waiting for the time period in your life where everything is peaceful and happy, and like you have this thing in your head, when it looks like this, I'm going to be great and everything's going to be just fine. That's never going to happen, because new levels is just new things to worry about. Your brain will always find it. It's why you're being asked to learn this lesson now, so that when the blessing comes, you don't ruin it. And it's not that you won't receive the blessing, you'll receive it, but you'll just have it and still be miserable. And your guides want you to move past this. They want you to see just how much control you have over your own misery, and that you can be really excited in life and still be really happy, even when things are coming in that could be deemed as negative. So this is about your own self-discipline and how you're manifesting your own life, aka manifesting your own matrix. Okay, you guys, that's what I have for you. I hope this resonated with you. If you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe. I'm really excited to have you here. If you stumbled across my channel, it means you're a true seeker and our energies resonate. And I'm really excited to read more for you guys. I will be on here at least once a week reading, and I definitely want to try to be on here teaching more. I'm really excited. I love you guys. I'm so glad to be back, and I will talk to you all soon.